So in this video we're going to be breaking down a series of radio transmissions related to a incident which happened at Las Vegas Airport where British Airways flight caught on fire on takeoff. So we'll be going over each radio transmission and I'll be explaining what is happening. So we'll get stuck into it.
Have about to turn final for 7 right.
So Delta 2235 has just called up the tower and told them they're about to turn onto final on runway 07 right. So that means they're ready to land.
Delta 2235 Las Vegas Tower. Caution wake turbulence for Heavy 777 will depart the parallel. Wind 3605, runway 7 right, clear to land.
So the tower has said to Delta 2235 they're clear to land, therefore they have permission to land on the runway. And they've also given them some traffic information. They said there's a Boeing 777 which is departing on the parallel, which is the British Airways flight. She's also said that to caution wake turbulence. So wake turbulence is a phenomena to do with lift produced by the wings, and we'll be covering this in another lesson.
Clear to land, 7 right, copy the Delta 2235.
So when doing radio transmissions, the pilot must always repeat what the tower has said to them. This is called a read back. So Delta 2235 has acknowledged that they're clear to land, and they've also said that they copy the traffic, so they understand that there's another aircraft taking off on the parallel runway.
Speedbird 2276 Heavy Las Vegas Tower.
2276 Heavy, good afternoon, we're ready to launch Alpha 8.
So now we have the British Airways flight, so that is Speedbird 2276, and they are at Alpha 8. Alpha 8 is a holding point, so there's different holding points at each segment on the runway. So this is Alpha 8, Alpha 7, Alpha 6, and so forth. And so Speedbird is at Alpha 8, and notice they said ready to depart, not ready to take off. You're not allowed to use takeoff until you've actually been cleared to take off. So you'd say ready for departure at Alpha 8.
Speedbird 2276 Heavy, wind 36015, runway 7 left at Alpha 8, cleared for takeoff.
So the tower has just cleared the aircraft to take off. So what they do is they line up onto the runway and take off. They've also given the Speedbird 2276 flight wind information, so they know which direction the wind is coming from. So if the pilot is experiencing a crosswind, they know which way to add the corrections.
7 Golf 07 left, Speedbird 2276.
Notice we have another readback from the Speedbird 2276. It's very important to notice that when making the initial call, you use your call sign at the beginning of the transmission, and when you read back, you use your call sign at the end of the transmission. So in this case, they use Speedbird 2276 at the end of the transmission because it's a readback.
Airway 356 and now 7 right.
So now we have Spirit Wings 356, which is also on final on 07 right. So now we have two flights which are on final on 07 right.
Spirit 356 Las Vegas Tower, flying a 717 mile final, wind 02006, runway 7 right, clear to land.
So the Spirit 356 flight has been cleared to land from the tower. They've been given wind information again, and now the Spirit 356 flight will have to read back their transmission to acknowledge they've received the information. So there we go, Spirit 356 has acknowledged that they received the information that they're cleared to land on the runway.
Skywest 4770, hold position.
So now the tower has called Skywest 4770, told them to hold position. Hold position means that you should stop any movement on the ground.
Delta 2276 Heavy, copy.
7,000.
So now the tower has just called Delta 2235 and told them to go around, climb and maintain 7,000 feet and maintain runway heading. So that means the aircraft should abort the landing, go around, apply full power, and maintain the same heading as the runway, so this would be 070, and climb all the way to 7,000 feet.
Understand, Delta 2235 is going around, save the altitude and heading.
So Delta 2235 has acknowledged that they received the information that they have to go around, so they will not be landing. However, they've asked to clarify the altitude and the heading. It's very important in aviation that if you don't understand the message, you ask the tower. They're there to help you. So if you don't understand what they've said, it's very common to just ask to repeat the information. So he's said, say the altitude and heading again.
I'm making 7,000, Delta 2335 for runway heading.
Runway heading up to 7,000, Delta 2235.
So the tower has repeated the information and Delta 2235 has acknowledged the information. So now Delta 2235 is going round.
Mayday, Speedbird 2276, request for our services.
So Speedbird 2276 has just made a mayday call. So this is a distress call when the aircraft finds itself in a life-threatening situation and require immediate assistance. In this case, they have a fire. So they've asked for the fire services from the tower.
Speedbird 2276, heavy fire services are on the way.
So the tower has already dispatched fire services to the aircraft to assist them. So this, as I mentioned, is a distress message called a mayday call. An urgency call is called a pan-pan call, and we'll be covering this in the online course. So please sign up on the course if you're interested in finding more about different types of radio calls.